WTF Nation Radio.
The horse, with beauty unsurpassed, strength immeasurable, and grace unlike any other, still remains humble enough to carry a man upon its back. When a service member or first responder takes an oath, he or she has mentally and physically committed themselves with self-sacrifice. From the front lines abroad to the very streets you live on in America, they protect. This oath is non-refundable and it is lifelong. Facing unimaginable dangers and unseen scars, these grounds are a place to recover and face any challenges head-on. As veterans and first responders ourselves, we know that battle all too well. From a simple talk with a friend on horseback to an entire debrief in the barn, this sanctuary has seen recovery take place time and time again. No hour of life is wasted that is spent in a saddle. The way we approach change isn't a new phenomenon. This animal has been with humans over 5,000 years. If you've ever been around a horse for long enough, you'll feel that thing, that electric trust. In that moment, nothing else is in your mind. When they turn into you, it's like the world disappears. We harness that moment to build skills off of. Repurposing requires flexibility, adaptability, and the willingness to challenge assumptions and conventional thinking. This approach can be applied to many areas in life, including business, education, and personal growth. To ride a horse is to fly without wings. This lesson and skills learned at war horses will help reintegrate back into daily life. You'll learn coping mechanisms, improved communication skills, trust and confidence that will help reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. These tools can be used every day to navigate life and take on many challenges. This may involve practicing mindfulness, setting boundaries, improving communication with loved ones. Transitioning back to society is hard on your own. And when you're at war horses, you're family. And families solve problems together.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
I can feel this in my ears. What is happening?
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
All right, here we go. That was the most tech-troubled startup. Oh my. You're in a bubble, but it's not really. You look fine. Everything is fine. Welcome, everybody. Coming at you from 2 Facebook accounts and 2 YouTube channels and X. And a number of other audio streaming platforms. We are WTF Nation Radio. In association with the United States Army WTF Moments, we present Friday Night Freedom. My name is Kaz. And up there is like Mom's armpit. Hi, Mom's armpit.
Hi. Just for the show. Any other time.
Yeah, this isn't the way things are gonna be, but we are gonna end up starting because I don't get off of work till late. We are gonna be starting at 7:30, probably from now on. But the technical issues aren't going to follow, right, Mom? Hopefully. Yes. We're going to put that. Here's my contract to the audience.
Brick a leg.
So here we are. And coming up in just a couple of minutes, in like 10 minutes or so, Nate Venturelli is going to be here. Nate Venturelli is he's a working class man who just happens to be a pretty badass guitar player and singer. And he's got a thing going on. So he's going to be on here in about 10 minutes. He's a singer-songwriter, country music, Northern Indiana. Uh, what can I say, man? He's got a story to tell, and he does it through his music. All of his music is kind of, like just his life, just things that he sees and does. So he's a very popular guy. I hadn't heard of him until last week, I think. That he's going to be playing the Patriots Fest, which is happening in Aurora, Illinois. What are the dates on that? Do you remember that, Mom?
May 18th.
May 18th. So that's just coming up in a month. Hopefully the weather holds out, man. This is a good time for outdoor fests in that part of the country. Yeah, because it's not so hot and humid. It does get pretty humid up there, and the storms. Springtime storms suck. So, you think?
Yeah, they do. That one, like it was like and blowing sideways, and COVID Carl thought it was like snowing and storming at the same time.
Oh, did you get some hail?
Oh yeah, we did.
Nice.
It was interesting. Let's just say I just kind of like, you know what, we better go downstairs for a second.
It's never a bad choice. Not at all.
No. Look at all these buttons. What do they? Yeah, you still don't know what those buttons do you?
Oh, I have very few buttons. I know exactly what they do. The thing is, and usually when I have problems is I forget to press some of those buttons, like this button in particular. I usually do a good segment of time muted. See, now you can hear my voice. I have to remember always to hit that freaking button. And it's the thing is, all my I got two buttons to pay attention to. This is your button, and then this is those are the only two buttons I need to pay attention to. I forget them a lot.
Of listening.
Yep, I just muted you, and now the audience couldn't hear you. See, I know where those buttons are, and I know what those buttons do. I'm just not very. It's off of my peripheral. It's not in front of me. It's over here. So.
Gotcha.
Anyway, before we begin, let's wish a very happy birthday to my brother's birthday is tomorrow. But more importantly, Space Force is officially 5 years old. So happy birthday to the Space Force.
Really?
Yeah.
It seems like it was just started. Well, I guess 5 years it just started.
Yeah.
So speaking of birthdays, my dad just turned 70 on Monday. Turned the eclipse.
Oh, really? Happy birthday, Dad. Eclipse Dad.
Yeah. And with that, last night we took I can't even remember the guys that we watched, but it was a dueling pianos.
Oh, nice.
And it was at the Aeronaut here in Cincinnati, and basically it was a father and son, and they went back and forth and they played Billy Joel and Elton John.
Nice.
It was a fun time. So we did that. He enjoyed it. We took him out to a nice dinner, and you've been on this molten core for 70 years now, Dad, and his twin sister. So yeah, there's two of them.
Well, good. Yeah, we got a piano bar in downtown Fort Worth. I've never been there, but it's much the same thing, and it's just I heard it's a lot of fun.
This was fun. I mean, it's not like it wasn't a piano bar. It was like an actual, I wouldn't say concert, but it was a concert-ish. But there was some acting to it, more like improv, I guess. And then we had a great time.
Good stuff, man.
I'll have to look it up, and I'll send you who they are. I don't know if they'll be. I don't remember if they'll be in Texas or not. But yeah, I'll definitely. I'll send you because I know you'll enjoy it.
I enjoy everything.
Yeah, you love music, so you would definitely love this.
So talking about Space Force, be sure to check out there is, like with most services, there is a Space Force WTF channel. A WTF Moments podcast is called Late for Changeover. It's hosted by Marty Smith and a collection of other hosts. Late for Changeover is a weekly space and news and variety program airing. I think they're on Wednesdays. It's quite a lot of fun, and they get a lot of pretty cool guests. So check them out. But here on WTF Nation Radio, we do have shows 6 nights a week. Let me pull up our little show lineup here. On Monday, we do have a guest, George Lutz from the organization Honor and Remember. We'll be on with Ice and Massey to discuss that organization and what it offers. On Tuesday, live, this is not a recorded show, this is a live deal. Orlando Jones is going to be on Pop Culture Warrior.
I'm excited.
Orlando just celebrated his birthday on the 10th, so happy birthday, Orlando. You might know Orlando from Mad TV, where he was one of the 9 original cast members, or as the character of the African god Anansi on American Gods on Stars.
He was in Drumline. He was the professor in Drumline, too.
Yes, he was.
Where he had the beef with, I don't remember Nick Cannon's character, but Nick Cannon.
And he did funny as hell 7-Up commercials, and he's an immensely talented actor, and he's going to be here on Tuesday, and maybe he'll answer some of your questions. Wednesday is the Smoke Pit. We did have a guest, Laura Carno from Faster Colorado, but that's going to be rescheduled until the 22nd. So Faster Colorado provides free and low-cost firearms and medical training to school staffers who are armed on their campus, and Laura will be on to discuss all the aspects of that. But tonight, in a few minutes, we're going to have Nate Venturelli on the show. And Nate's a working man from Northern Indiana. He's a union welder who just happens to play guitar and sing really freaking well. And Nate's going to join us for about a 30-minute stint. He's performing tonight up in Michigan, so he's on a pretty tight schedule. So whenever he does show up, we're gonna go right to him. Depending, it doesn't matter what we're talking about. But we're going to switch right to that. So you talked about your dad and the eclipse and stuff.
Yes, that's the eclipse. Well, we're still here, guys.
We're still here, so I kind of wanted to rifle through a couple of things. So conspiracy theories were not in short supply in relation to the solar eclipse this week. One user on Reddit wrote in detail about why they believe I don't know who they are planning this mass extinction event. And they went on to talk about the line from the solar eclipse from 2017 and the intersections that it has on the New Madrid. You see this right there on the screen there? That's where the New Madrid fault line is. They thought that there was going to be a massive earthquake that'll be 20 times larger than anything on the San Andreas fault line. That didn't happen. So, sorry, eclipses don't cause earthquakes. And you know what eclipses also don't do, Mom?
Bring out Edith? I'm just kidding.
Solar eclipses also have no effect on the climate. Sunny Hosen says, and this is a quote that she's on The View, she says, the eclipse could be a further indication of climate change. No, hon, it doesn't. It has nothing. They have nothing to do with each other. So thank you. Thank you for spreading a bunch of disinformation. But the media is not without fault on this. They are kind of guilty of spreading a bunch of, I don't know, not disinformation, but like conspiracies or fear. Okay. I guess it's pretty. I'm pretty confident that they were, spreading fear and uncertainty about the eclipse, urging everyone to take out cash before Monday because the ATMs are going to go down.
Y2K. Here's my thing, and I'm just going to put it out there, guys. The majority of people that I see that whine and complain about fake news are the ones that share this stuff so bad.
My dad was really bad at that, and I've got a couple of friends that are like that. But they'll find something, and it'll be like, confirmation bias. It goes with whatever the way that they're thinking, so they automatically go, "Oh, this must be true." So they start, copying everybody, sending messages to everybody on their contact list.
Oh yeah,
and it's just silly.
Kind of like the eclipse.
I didn't get anything from any friends about the eclipse. A lot of the stuff I got was just straight from the news. About taking out cash before Monday. Fill up your vehicles because the gas pumps are going to stop working. Buy extra groceries just in case the power grid goes down. It was a lot of weird stuff, man. It almost seemed like that this event on the 8th was like the first eclipse that we have ever gone through. So here in Texas, the media was suggesting that the power grid might fail because of the eclipse. And here's a clip of their Facebook post. That's KCEN Texas. So from start, go ahead.
I was gonna say I could kind of understand their local. They were probably maybe warning like smaller communities because a lot of these communities probably don't see that volume of people like ever. Like I live in a town of like I don't know 2,000-3,000 people. And the most we've had down here is probably 20,000 during a festival, and that is like chaos. So I couldn't imagine having like that amount down here, just for the eclipse. I mean, there's really like no place to park here to stay. We only have this like little IGA grocery store, a couple of gas stations, and that's really about it. I mean, yeah, we're 15 minutes, east of Cincinnati, but still. So I can understand like why maybe they were saying that, but I think they kind of went overboard.
Well, they were prepared. I mean, we were prepared in this area. I don't know. I was at work, so I got to see all this stuff from work. I don't know what the highways look like. I know that everything pretty much, went off without a hitch. From start to finish, the eclipse lasted for about 2.5 hours here, with peak totality being about 4 minutes and 28 seconds. We were experiencing and expecting cloud cover, but it was like it cleared up right before the sun was about at 30% coverage.
Okay.
I think this was my first total eclipse.
Really? That's cool. We had 99.5% where I'm at. I could have went.
You know what's crazy about that is even that last 0.5%, you couldn't look at it. It was bright as fuck, dude. It hurt my eyes. At like right before totality, you couldn't look at it. But then once totality happened, it was freaking awesome. This picture that I'm showing you right now was taken with my phone.
That's with your phone.
That's my phone.
Do you have an iPhone?
No, it's an Android S23.
Okay, we can't talk then.
So after the eclipse, Americans across the country began complaining on X about the eclipse-induced nausea, headaches, eye pain. Posters on X were asking if it was normal to feel nauseated after the eclipse.
It's because they were staring at the sun directly.
Women on social media also mentioned changes to their menstrual cycle, with many claiming that the eclipse caused their late periods to start on Monday. A commenter said, quote, "My period began late 6 days just to coincide with the eclipse. Is this not a coincidence?" So an actual doctor chimed in. Dr. Nicole Safier on Fox said, many eclipse sickness cases may be just caused by superstition or anxiety. Any odd feelings were likely very short-lived and were caused by flicker vertigo or the body reacting to the changes from day to night and then back to day again. NASA stated that, quote, "There is no physical relationship between the solar eclipse and your health, any more than there is a relationship between your health and a new moon." When the sun was 50% obscured, the temperature was noticeably cooler. Even when the sun was blocked out 99%, you still couldn't look at it directly. Other than totality, the 10 seconds or so beforehand were really, really cool. The change from 99.5 to totality was like someone turned off a light switch. The black sphere was brilliant. With this brilliant white corona, it was really awesome to see. It was fan-fucking-tastic. And the thing is, it lasted, in my area, 3.5 minutes, 3 minutes and 40 seconds. But toward the end of, I'm on the ground with my phone taking a bunch of pictures, and then I put my phone down and I'm just enjoying it and just saying, wow.
Yeah, here, even though, we weren't in totality, we still, like, COVID Carl loved the sunglasses, and he was excited he can actually stare at the sun. I mean, he was pretty good about, keeping them on and wouldn't look at it. And of course, as we're walking back, to our apartment, and he's because I live right on the river, and he's like, you need to wear your glasses to look at the sun. Don't look at the sun.
he's the safety officer now.
Yeah, he is. He'll be giving safety briefs while he's in the Marine Corps because he eats crown. So it is what it is.
So it's cool. I think in 2044, I posted the map. It's going to go right over like Colorado Springs. Well, it's going to start in the West Coast in Northern California, and the line of totality it ends in Orlando. So, in 2024, Disney World's going to be fucking just packed full of people.
Yeah. So in other words, do not go to Disney in 2024.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what month it's supposed to happen, but It's
I
cool,
know.
man. If you ever get a chance to be in the line of totality, it's pretty cool. I don't want to say it's the best experience ever, but it's a very unique experience, and it's pretty cool. It's damn cool. I'm glad. My expectations were just like, oh, it's an eclipse. I've been through eclipses before, but never a total eclipse, and that was just freaking awesome. It was really once in a lifetime. But so Sheila, do you hear the statement that Sheila Jackson Lee said? She's a Democrat representative from the 18th district in Texas, which covers Houston, or most of Houston. Houston is also home to NASA's Johnson Space Center and NASA's Mission Control. One might think that political leaders in the area might tend to want to know a little bit about space and the space program and stuff. Not Sheila. Check this out. These are her words. Check this out.
A full moon is that complete rounded circle, which is made up mostly of gases. And that's why the question is why or how could we as humans live on the moon? Are the gases such that we could do that? The sun is a mighty powerful heat that is almost impossible to go near the sun. The moon is more manageable.
The moon is more manageable. The moon is more. You couldn't hear it, Mom, but it's just she was just saying that the moon is made of gases, and we can't go near the sun because the sun is a very powerful thing.
I mean, aren't we all full of gas? I guess.
Hey, Nate's trying to log in. Can you give him a hand?
Oh, well, shoot. I texted Anna. I hope. Okay. I sent her the correct password.
The one that works?
Well, I sent him the wrong one earlier because one. Hey. Message his Facebook page.
I just sent him a message.
Oh, you can do that on
there? Yeah. Oh. So when Nate pops in here, we're gonna go right to it because he's on a little bit of a tight schedule. So yeah, he's got the right password now.
Okay. Sorry, today was like a Monday.
It does feel like a Monday. But it's a Friday. Hell yeah. So we had I'm sure this happened in other places in the United States, but there was a baby born locally during the eclipse, and her name is Sol, S-O-L. She was born at 1:04 p.m. at Methodist Mansfield Medical Center. So happy birthday, Sol. It's pretty cool. We had some weird. This is kind of like a Florida man story, but it's not Florida because it's a Georgia girl that got busted in Florida. But she started because God told her. She was told to go and shoot up the highway. The Florida police arrested a Georgia woman on Monday after she went on a shooting spree. She was directed by God to go up on a shooting spree during the eclipse. Florida Highway Patrol arrested Talon Nichelle Celestine, age 22, of Georgia, and charged her with attempted murder, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, and improper discharge of a weapon. Needless to say, she won't be getting her concealed carry permit at any point in her life. An investigation found that the woman checked out of a local hotel and then told the staff, hey, I'm going to go on a shooting spree because I was told by God to do it. She was stopped by police without further incident, and officers recovered a 9mm handgun and an AR-15. So that's fun. Some people have just issues, man. Braco asks, why do you think that we need to go back to the moon? I don't know. I think the moon would be a pretty cool jumping off point for for longer journeys. I mean, we haven't been past the moon. A manned space flight. We haven't been past the moon. So yeah, it would be cool. That'd be a cool jumping off point to go and maybe have a manned mission to go and, investigate other planets, not land necessarily. It'd be cool to have the moon as a jumping off point. What do you think?
Maybe. I don't know. Sorry, I've been kind of distracted trying to work behind the scenes here.
I don't know if they got the message. Space minerals. They got to mine spice. Anybody seen Dune? Dune 2. Have you seen Dune 2? Or Dune 1 for that matter?
No, I have not. Sorry.
I don't know how to respond to that. It's just it's one of those, years and years and years in the future where humans are mining spice on these other planets and things and stuff happen. Oh, there we go. Let me bring Nate in here. What's up, Nate?
How you doing, guys?
Good. Oh, let me bring your video over and we will get started. I'm going to replace Mom with you. How about that?
I'm trying to get the microphone to work a little better. It's real staticky on your end.
Mom said the same thing. I might be
I
guilty here.
So.
Yeah, I can hear you okay.
Uh-oh. I'm going to have to check my...
I'm Amy, by the way. I go by Mom on here.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
All right, everybody. Let me introduce Nate. Nate, thanks dude. I know you're busy. I've seen your schedule. You got a show. You're playing tonight. But please welcome a two-time Grand Ole Opry JMA winner to the WTF Nation, Nate Venturelli. Welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to be here. So Nate, I know you're on a short leash here, but let's get started. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a union welder from Indiana, and I do music on, whenever I'm off or on weekends. And I live in it's called Couch, Indiana. It's near Valparaiso. If you know where that is. I don't know where you guys are from, but it's kind of a small town in Indiana. I lived there my whole life, pretty much, and yeah, I don't really like to talk about myself that much.
I've heard that about you, but that's all going to change tonight because this is all about Nate.
Yeah.
But I think we have some common ground. I grew up for a period of my life. I was down in southern Indiana, New Albany.
Oh, cool!
And
awesome. Where are you at now?
Say again.
Where are you? Where are you living now?
Oh, I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex right now.
Oh, awesome! That's
I'm
way
in
better than Indiana. What's that?
I'm in Cincinnati.
Awesome. We play down there sometimes. It's cool down there.
Yeah, Indiana's a great state. I mean, we've I've still got family that are up in the Chicago area. In Aurora,
Yeah.
my brother lives in Aurora, and my other brother lives in Geneva, which is right next door.
Okay.
So I'm familiar with the festival that you're playing. It's the Patriots Fest in May.
Yes.
And that's a stacked little card there, man.
Yeah, it looks cool. It's an honor, really. To be on the stage with some of those guys. It's mind blowing, and it's for a good cause. So that's the best part about it.
So how did you get your start? I got a couple of notes down here. I was wondering. I have a big appreciation for welders. Welding is an art, and you just don't do that. You got to learn it. So where did you get your start welding?
So my whole family is on my mom's side. They're all pipe fitters, welders, and I got into the pipe fitters when I was 19 years old, and I've been doing it ever since then. So up in the union in Chicago, and then I actually went to a gas company. It's called NIPSCO. It's in northern Indiana, and we're United Steelworkers. So I've been welding for almost half my life now. It's been a great gig, man. And the only thing I think that's better is music, So it's been a great life.
So how did you end up picking up the guitar and making it do its thing?
So I always sang in the shower, or, in front of my family or in in the car. And my sister's like, you should try to like go on karaoke or play guitar. And like, I don't know about that. I was terrified. So I bought a guitar. I think about 7 years ago, and I started playing with it and stuff, and work got real busy, so I put it away for a while. And then one day I was in Nashville, and my buddy's like, "Hey, you should sing karaoke." I always sing in the car, and I was like, "Nah." And then like 8-10 shots later, that's when I booked on stage.
There you go.
So, and ever since then, I did a lot of in the beginning, a lot of acoustic shows, and it's just built a lot from there. So yeah, it was cool, man.
So you mentioned you're the influence of your sister. You got 5 sisters, dude.
I do.
So
yeah.
there was like a did they all lean on you, or was it just one in particular?
Just one in particular, my sister Brittany, and she's always encouraged me to do that, and I never believed it until like we started playing shows and we started gaining a following, and then like maybe this will work out. I don't know. And I actually I wrote a song about her. I don't know if you can cuss on this. Can you?
Oh
can you
yeah,
swear?
let her go,
Okay.
man.
It's called "Fuck You Cancer" because she actually she had cancer, stage 3 breast cancer.
Holy shit!
Just beat it about a year and a half ago, and she's been in remission. So yeah, it's been cool, man, and thank God for that. And we didn't really get both young, but we're inseparable now, and I love Brittany.
That's
She's
awesome. I'm glad Brittany's doing better.
Yeah.
So what kind of show are you playing tonight? You're at you're up in Michigan? Did I read that right?
Yeah, we're at the Four Winds Casino up in Michigan. It's it's huge, man. It's I think they got another one in South Bend, but it's fun, man. It's a cool crowd, and we like casinos. It's real professional, and yeah, it's fun. It's always fun here.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of of your pictures. You got a pretty rowdy crowd there, and you've got a hell of a fan base, man.
Thank you. Yeah. It's people and they like time.
Mm-hmm.
About big work. So yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's always a country crowd that likes to drink and have a good time.
Right.
At least from my perspective. Yeah.
So how did you get pulled into the Freedoms or the festival in Aurora?
So the talent buyer, his name's Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I'm buddies with him. We work together with him, and he asked if I want to play this, and I was like, "It's Patriots Fest." I'm like, "Hell yeah, I want to play it." And I like. I support veterans, and I've done a lot of veteran benefits, especially from the beginning. And actually, my first time I ever played live was for a veteran benefit for fallen heroes, and that was in Illinois. And I just have a lot of respect for them, and I think they should have more respect than it's given. And I believe in the festival for sure.
That's going to be a lot of fun, and it is a military a charity fundraiser. Yes. Again, it's happening on the 18th in Aurora. You can get your tickets at patriotsfest.com. And like I mentioned earlier, there's a bunch of big names on there, big and rich. Ultimate Jam with Ted Nugent. The headliner's going to be Three Doors Down. There's a whole bunch of other artists, some of which you've played with before.
Yes.
So it's not like you're going to be there with a bunch of people you don't know and you don't know how to act. So.
Yeah, even I'm real country. Like it's what we play. We play old country. I write kind of traditional country, and I always listen to like Three Doors Down growing up, and it's gonna be awesome, man. Because I like rock too, So and Ted Nugent's great. All those guys are just amazing on that ticket. So
what's cool about playing those fests is you're going to be with other bands, and other bands, they're not just artists, they're also fans as well. So that's just kind of cool. Everyone out there geeking out over everybody else. So,
and what's great is like the proceeds are going to all the ticket sales are going to the veterans and the fundraisers for them. So It's just awesome, man. It's the biggest event I've ever been to that supported patriots and veterans and gave back to the community. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a great event.
Yeah, the three, there's a bunch of charities that are involved, but the three main ones, number one is the Special Operations Special Operations Survivors, Task Force Dagger, Special Operations Foundation, and America's Future. Those are the three main ones. There's a bunch of sub ones, but those are the three big ones. I think it's going to be great, man. I think, I mean, everyone gives, Chicago and Illinois, a bad rap just being, they're a blue state and they don't care about anything. You know what? There's patriots in every state. So.
Oh yeah, my dad's a huge patriot, and he's definitely not blue. That's for sure. So, yeah, it's going to be great, man, and it's nice to get something like that in Illinois because you don't really see a lot of it, or frankly anywhere. But it's good that they're doing it, and they're maybe I don't remember it ever being like this big, like veterans doing shows like this. It's a great idea,
I'm not sure how many years have they been doing Patriots Fest? Do you know? I have no idea what the lineage.
This is their first.
This is their first one.
This is I believe it's their first year. Yes, and then I think they're gonna do a couple other locations and stuff like that. So, I don't remember where they were talking about playing or having the shows at, but they're trying to do it every major cities around the country. So we'll see. It'd be cool to be on that ticket.
That's pretty cool. We did this is years ago, probably 7 years ago. We did what was it called? The Freedom On Fest, and it was in Boulder, Colorado, which that was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Amy was there.
Are you guys coming to this one?
No, I'm not. I'm staying here. I'm in Texas, so.
I'll be heading to Alabama or Arkansas that day. My boyfriend is a pipeliner.
Oh, that's what I do. I'm a pipeliner for the gas company.
Yeah, so he's a lowboy driver. His son is actually a welder's helper right now.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
So I've been like, hey guys, you got to listen to this guy.
Yeah, small world.
Isn't it?
That's great.
So
awesome.
I do want to say, I don't want to take over cause about the whole breast cancer thing. I was probably giggling. You saw my 3-year-old, but it wasn't at your sister or anything like that. My whole family has been battling it, and it's awesome that your sister has that support. And I'm glad to hear. I mean, that you were able to do that for her. So.
Yeah, I wrote the song, and we play it at every event she goes to. I like to bring her on stage, and
it makes me want to cry now.
No, it's all right. Yeah, it's just terrible, and she's only 34 now, so it's even worse.
Yeah, my sister beat stage 3 before 30, and then as a preventative thing, I went and did the mastectomy and all that. So.
Yeah. Man, it's rough, that's for sure.
Oh, I thought you froze, Cause. Sorry.
No, I'm good. I'm
Okay. So I did. So I was listening to your songs this morning, and basically, the first one I listened to was where'd it go? Where did my questions go? A Hard Hat.
Yes.
So was like I know you mentioned how your entire family is pretty much blue collar. Did you have? I noticed a line in there about an uncle passing. Was that like your uncle, or was it just somebody's uncle that you knew?
So it was Johnny, that my best friend Johnny fell down and fell off
okay.
Through it's through a mill. He fell off a catwalk, and this happened in a mill, and I was there. And it wasn't my personal friend, but I kind of incorporated everybody's story in that song because I wanted to include everybody. It's just not because I wrote a song called Union Man. It was based solely off my grandfather, and he was a steelworker president in Illinois, and I wanted to do a little different take on this song for blue collar and encourage little kids out of high school to get into apprenticeship and know that there's not, you don't have to go to college. You don't have to do that
No,
to make a living. And I've had a wonderful life not going to college, and it's a factor of a lot of things, and there's a lot of crazy stories you hear, and it's very dangerous in the blue collar community, in the steel mills and stuff like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah.
I didn't want to like bring up like sad things. I'm sorry. I know you're
No.
ready to come on the show.
I write sad shit all the time, so it's okay.
Well, and one thing I've noticed about is you're mostly upbeat. You've got some slower songs, but everything that you write is not like a fantasy or anything. It's just, this is like, life events or life stories that happen.
Yeah, I like to. There's a lot of fake music on the radio right now, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fall into that bullshit cliche songs. I don't like it. I can't relate to it. I'm not encouraged about writing about it. So I'm never gonna write about the stuff that's on the radio, and sometimes it's good. The radio stations that play our stuff and play the older country and real stories, I'm okay with that. So yeah, I just I wanted to keep everything real and include fans and family and friends. So that's what my whole message is about. So
I got a lot of mad respect for you, man, because you're still holding down a 9 to 5, and then you're playing in your off time. When do you think?
You.
I mean, maybe another award from the Grand Ole Opry, and maybe you might want to consider making this a full-time gig, or what?
Well, so I probably could do the music full time, but I've just had so much time invested in retirement, and
oh my gosh, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to just leave and then I don't know where it's going to end up. I know for sure thing that I'll always have this job, and I never want to give it up. Some days I do, but when I look at the whole picture, it's just what needs to be done. I have a wife, we're trying to start a family, so I don't want to just and I just bought a new house, so I can't just go on the
Congratulations. You just got married last year, so this is all new territory for you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, that is something else you got to, trying to, it's not just you're looking out for now. So now it's your, whoever you're married to, and then whatever family you want to have, and your future. Because I mean, you're a young man. You got a long way to go.
Yeah, I'm not that young. I'll be 30.
Well, shit. Well, based on that, I'm practically dead.
So your song "Rather Be Fishing," like, do you have a favorite fishing spot?
I go on the Kankakee River down here in DeMott, Indiana. That's where I used to live. And then I got the house. But when I have time to fish, I really don't have a lot of time to fish. But when I'll go on vacation and I'll fish or in Michigan or something like that. But there used to be like stuff around, but they built so many houses around it that it became a private pond, so you can't really fish the spots that I used to fish before I played music 5-6 years ago. So, but yeah, I just don't have time really anymore to fish. I like to just relax on my time. My favorite thing to do is nothing, just hang out.
Hell yes. There's nothing wrong with that. My mom, I talk to my parents every weekend. They're like, so what are you doing this weekend? I'm like, as little as possible. Not standing up for 12 hours a day. That's what I'm doing.
Oh yeah. It's like today I was up at 5 a.m. and I worked.
Yeah.
I got off at 3:30 and then came to the casino, and
Wow.
I'm just tired, man.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the older you get, the harder it gets, man. You need that little power nap in the middle of the afternoon to keep your batteries charged.
If I could take a nap, I probably would.
So how many shows? I mean, you got your 9 to 5 during the week. How many shows do you play every weekend, or just whenever you have the time?
Yeah, so we usually play every weekend. It's slower in the beginning of the year, but I think last year we were at points in the summer where we were playing 3 or 4 shows a week on top of work and practice in studio, and we probably played like 60 shows last year, I would say.
That's impressive. I mean, because you do need. It doesn't matter. You got the group of guys or your bandmates. When do you have time to develop new music? When do you have time to practice or even record anything? So yeah.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, so thank you. Yeah, it's crazy life, that's for sure.
And you got festival season just kicking off right now. I mean, it's going to be summer vacation for everybody, and hopefully everything will pick up.
Yeah, we got some shows this summer, and that Patriot Fest is gonna be huge.
Yeah,
that's gonna be fun.
How many shows? Is it just one big long show, or is it an all weekend thing?
I believe it's just Saturday. It's May 18th.
Mm-hmm.
Guys over there, and I think the gates open at noon. I'm pretty sure they do. So, but yeah, it should be nice out. Chicago weather's kind of different, than Texas.
Right, but it's still a crapshoot. Is it going to be hot and humid, or is it going to be cool with a nice lake wind, or?
Right, and like 2 weeks ago it snowed here, and then
right.
This week it's I give
Same
up.
down here.
Yeah, my mom and dad are up in Wisconsin right now, and my dad's he's like itching. He's like, I got to get the lawnmower running. I'm like, dude, I've already mowed been mowing the grass since the beginning of March. So
the snowblower sits right next to the lawnmower,
Right. Yeah, the weather up there can definitely turn on a dime. They had a bunch of storms and then ice. I think they had an ice storm like the week before that, and then tornadoes.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, if you live in Indiana, you get all 4 seasons in 1 week.
It's very, very possible. What time do you hit the stage tonight?
I got to go on. I got to be out there in about 10 minutes. So.
Hey, I did want to ask, so your sister kind of pushed you towards actually picking up the guitar and singing and doing the music thing. Do you have any musical influences in your life?
So when I was a kid, we would listen to the radio, and there'd always be Garth on the radio, or Alan Jackson, or Brooks and Dunn, and Travis Tritt. I actually got to play with Travis Tritt, and that was amazing.
How cool, man! See, musicians are also fans. Hell yes.
Oh, dude, I'm a huge fan of everyone I've ever opened for, man. It's and we listened to Hank Williams Jr., Waylon Jennings, the Judds, all that kind of stuff. That's what I really like to sing in the 90s and anything earlier than that, So yeah, that'd probably be my influence,
So how about now? Who would you love to just open for if they say, "Hey Nate, could you open for us this weekend? You and your band."
If I had probably the number one person to open up for, man, I would probably say Brooks and Dunn, man. I can't. It's Brooks and Dunn. It's Ronnie Dunn's probably the greatest singer, one of the greatest singers that ever lived.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, they're up there.
Yeah, they're pretty high. Chris Stapleton's great, too, and if I could play with anybody that is dead though, I'd probably play with Waylon Jennings. That's probably.
You are old school, man. You got an old country soul.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah.
All right, Nate. Well, I want to appreciate. I just want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to come and hang out with us for just a little bit.
Yeah, no problem.
You're more than welcome to come back. Just let Amy know whenever you got some time. We can do a whole hour, man.
Okay.
And I'm not the only show. We got shows 6 nights a week, and would anyone on the station would be happy to have you.
Yeah, man. And I got a lot of veteran buddies and stuff, and we could maybe join with them and talk some stuff.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's do that.
So,
we would love to hear this.
I appreciate everything, and I'll talk to you soon. I'll just message you my number or something, and then
yes, please do. And
okay.
I'll save it. I promise I won't give it out. Or you can email it to me.
Okay.
Just get my email from Anna.
All right.
Or I'll message from my personal page to your music page, my email too as well, and my number.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
All right. Thanks, Nate. Good luck tonight.
Catch you.
Bye.
Break a leg.
All righty.
Bye.
All right, everybody. That was Nate Venturelli. 5 sisters and a brother, man. He's got a. I don't know where he's. I don't know where he is as far as age goes, but 5 sisters. Holy shit.
My dad, my poor dad, swam in the estrogen ocean his entire life. Has a twin sister, then 2 older and 2 younger sisters, and then he went and had 4 daughters.
The hell's wrong with him? Well, it's not even his fault. He's just kind of in that situation.
Yeah. No.
So hey, what's up, Carl?
You want to say hi?
Hi.
What's up, Bubba? Did you get to see Nate? He sings country music.
Yeah.
Do you like country music?
Clear.
Are you a country music fan?
Yeah.
Do you have a cowboy hat?
Not yet, but he has boots.
That's a start. Then you got to get a pair of Wranglers, and then Mom's got to buy you a horse. If you like country music, you have to have a horse.
Oh, we have to have a horse?
You have to have a horse.
Well, he's cleaning up that poop.
It's big poop.
I don't think he's ever really been on camera before.
Oh, hi.
He is, yeah. I don't think this is his debut.
All right.
He is a hand for the camera, so you might take over the whole show.
Oh, I've seen the pictures.
But yeah, that was great. Hi. It was really good to know some of the things that he's gone through and his family's gone through with Nate. I almost said Nathan because my son's Nathan. So
Talk to this one.
With all this stuff with his sister and everything. I mean, I'm glad everything turned out good. Cancer's nothing to mess with, man. I don't know if it's. I've got a very good friend of mine who's going through cancer treatment right now at work, and it's. I don't know if it's harder on her or if it's harder on me or her friends or her family that look at her going through this.
It's not easy to watch somebody go through it. I mean, watched my sister and then other close family members, and it's just wow. And then the crazy thing is with our family, it's just bam, it was there. Nobody before was ever diagnosed with it, and then bam.
But she came back to work just to visit, just to, to walk through and everything. And then you look at it and you're like, wow, you're the shell of a person that I knew 3 months ago, 2-3 months ago. But now she's back at work and she's full of energy and she's awesome. She's really doing it. It was a weird cancer. It wasn't like a breast cancer or anything. It was a cancer of the lining between her stomach and her abdomen. It was really weird. And it spread to other places, and the doctors were able to get to it.
Well, that's good.
So,
that's great.
But it sucked seeing her go through that. I know, and I know her niece also works at my company, and they're like, wow, she's today was a really bad day, and I'd hear that a lot.
Sorry, I was checking messages.
Okay.
doing my other hat, I guess. So besides the eclipse, we had that happen. Now we have the cicadas coming up. Are you supposed to be getting them soon?
We got them last year. You guys are getting them this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they come up with these stupid names. This is like a double whammy throwdown brood, blah, 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 this, whatever. Yeah. We get them, we had them pretty bad last year, but now they're up. They're starting around where Arkansas and Texas meet, and then it's kind of going a little bit north and east.
All I could think about is I don't know, thousands of years ago, they would get an eclipse, and then you get a thing like these cicadas, this.
Oh, and they're the thing is they've got green bodies and they've got little red eyes. They're crazy looking. Yeah. They're nuts looking, man.
I can't wait to throw them on COVID, Carl.
He'll eat them. These are crunchy.
He loves bugs.
These are crunchy.
And I don't know. He loves bugs. So he'll probably be like, oh, look, Mom.
Hey, what do you say we take a super quick break and we're going to come back? Because I know your bladder's probably ticking and my bladder's ticking a little bit. So this is going to be
This is
going to be like a massively short break. So get up, stretch your legs, grab a beverage if you want. I'm just playing one song. It's going to be like 3 minutes. So
All right.
very quick break. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Shuts.
This is WTF Nation Radio.
WTF Nation Radio.
Figure it out.
All right, we are back for the last part of Friday Night Freedom. My name is Kaz, and up there is Mom. Hopefully, you guys got to hear the little bit of an interview we did with Nathan Venturelli. Awesome. He's playing up at a casino somewhere in Michigan. Dude works, man. He works his regular 9 to 5, and he plays shows on the weekend. He's got. And we didn't get to it. We didn't really get to it. I mean, he's received 2 awards from the Grand Ole Opry for upcoming artist awards. He's got songs on the radio. You know, he's making money, you know, on his 9 to 5 and his music. So that's hard to do. It is hard to do. Anybody that has kids knows that you know, your job doesn't. You know, you still have to have your job, and you still have to take care of your family. At least most of us do. Anyway, Ryan said that he thought he was going to lose his dad to cancer in 2008. Glad to see that my dad is still here, and I love him very much, dude. It is so hard to have a family member or someone you love or someone you care about or someone you work with go through that battle. And you can't fight it for them, man, and it's easy to give up. I'm sure it's easy for whoever's going through that treatment to just say fuck it and give up. Are you still with us? You're not. You're muted. You are not making any noise there, woman. It doesn't matter how much you talk. You're still not making any noise. Unmute yourself. You did not. There you go. You're not. Well, Mom's there in spirit. Well, not spirit. She's there physically. We just can't hear her. So anyway, this Patriots Fest in Aurora, Illinois is happening on, the date is May 18th. I was going to talk a little bit about the recipients of the fundage, because it is a fundraiser. Special Ops Survivors, formerly Frog Friends and United Warrior Survivor Foundation. The organization rebranded again in 2012 to Special Operations Survivors to better reflect who they are as an organization and who they support. Task Force Dagger, a lot of you have heard of that, a Special Operations Foundation. Since 2009, Task Force Dagger Special Operations Foundation has provided critical support to wounded, ill, or injured U.S. Special Operations Command members and their families. And then there's America's Future is another one of the recipients of some of the proceeds. They're a nonpartisan educational organization that does not lobby or endorse for or against any candidate or legislation. America's Future provides a resource and nationwide network for young leaders ages 22 to 40. So their target is the younger crowd. Who are eager to find solutions to the most pressing problems facing their communities and their nation. And I'd also like to say that all the recipients of the fundage they are all 501c3 things. Hey, there she is. She's back.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
That was weird.
Told you. Let me see if I can.
was not muted.
I don't know where is
My phone. It's because I have an iPhone in it.
Probably.
Okay.
Probably. We're gonna blame Bill Gates for that.
Bill Gates.
See if I can get your video here just a little bit. Oh, Jesus. I shouldn't have done it like that. I shouldn't have done it like that, because now we're like, there's no picture. We're going to do this. This is our first time broadcasting, so please cut us some slack. We haven't been doing this for 9 years.
No, not at all. Is it really? I can't believe next year is going to be 10 years.
Yep.
That's just crazy.
I don't know. I started out as a fan when, Red Leg was broadcasting from his back bedroom or his spare bedroom, and he'd just kind of show up, drink beers, and play music, and make prank phone calls, and look at us now. We're all grown up and stuff.
We're all grown up, and we still can't push buttons.
Nope.
Yeah, I just kind of showed up. I mean, well, yeah, I did, and just started doing stuff, and then I was just like, here you go, you got a job now.
Yeah, and then you became Mom, and then Spanky became Spanky, and then we all met in Colorado.
We need to do that again. We gotta or do another War Horses for Veterans trip, but we gotta do something.
Little team building retreat or something. Just go out and shoot guns or something. Who knows?
Yeah, go-karts. Oh my gosh, that was fun. That was a blast.
I was so bad at that.
Oh, so was I. I think I actually I finished last. Pie whooped all of our asses.
He did. Him and Jay Reddy just kind of. It should have been, Pie and Jay Reddy, just let them go by themselves, and then the rest of us go by ourselves.
Yeah, they were definitely just.
They were out for blood, almost getting black flagged on the track.
Oh yeah.
Because of collisions and aggressive driving and.
Oh, we need to do that again.
Definitely.
Yeah, go-kart racing. For sure.
So I know there's a lot of festivals going on. There's a lot of things for veterans to do. Maybe we could all, meet up at, freaking, what's that motorcycle thing up in North Dakota?
Churches?
Sturgis.
Yeah.
Tickets aren't that expensive. If you want to drive, it's not that bad. Middle of nowhere, but why not?
Yeah, so I think here we've got our own Freedom Fest. It's like during kind of like, within the 4th of July realm, whatever, whenever 4th of July falls on. We have, Back to Heroes Rumble, the golf outing and the car show coming up.
That's a big deal, man. Carl's got a lot of things going on, and he's doing a fantastic job. You said he's gonna be on, right?
Yes, May 24th.
May 24th.
I won't be here because I'll be on vacation, but you got Carl. So, but yeah, I will definitely be at the golf outing.
Musa says, let's all meet at Hooters.
I mean, we have a Hooters like right on the river. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You can get on your boat and then just go down the river and dock your boat and go eat.
Nice.
Yeah, we did that last fall. Todd and the kids and I. So, well, all of our other kids are grown, but yeah. So yeah, our Hooters is on the river. There's another restaurant there too. There's a lot of great restaurants down here in Cincinnati. We went we took my dad to the Davidson. That was delicious. But what was funny is like their tuna tartare.
Ooh.
I'll send you a picture, but it had like miniature cones, and it looked like one of those, those miniature drumsticks.
Yes.
Like the little mini ones.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I had a glance at it. I'm like, why are y'all bringing us some ice cream? And then I looked, I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. Y'all can eat the raw fish.
Raw fish, no. I mean, I like smoked fish, or there's like smoked trout that's pretty much raw, but it's been smoked, so it's good. But just like that blank ass, kill the fish, slice it open, there you go. Nah, I'm not into that.
I'm trying to think what else my brother-in-law got a steak. My dad got like this gourmet burger. What else? My one sister got this pesto pasta. It was all good. I mean, it was great food. I'll definitely, be back there at some time when I can afford it again. Because it wasn't cheap.
Yeah, I mean, I know those expensive restaurants have their bougie food and stuff, and give me a burger joint that no one goes to that's just greasy as fuck. I prefer that over everything else. Or a taco truck. Give me a taco truck, man.
What's nice is where that restaurant is. There's Fountain Square, and like at lunchtime they have food trucks lined up, and it's pretty cool. They didn't have it there, for dinner time. I need to go check on COVID, Carl. He probably wants me to wipe his ass.
Mom, don't take the camera with you. Oh, so there we are. Mom's duties are never done. They're always there. So hell, man, I just don't really know what to talk about. So I think we're going to wrap the show up a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping here. Monday, make sure you tune in for the Monday edition with Ice and Massey. George Lutz from an organization called Honor and Remember will be on. And they're going to discuss what that foundation does. On Tuesday, Orlando Jones will be on Pop Culture Warrior, and Orlando just celebrated his birthday on the 10th, so happy birthday to him. You might know Orlando from Mad TV, where he was one of 9 original cast members, and he was also the character, the African god called Anansi on American Gods on the Stars Network, and she just disappeared again. So yeah, he's an incredibly talented actor, and he's going to be here on Tuesday. Wednesday, we got a rescheduled guest, but the Smoke Pit is still going to happen. The Smoke Pit happens with TZ and Radar. So they're going to be on talking about their thing. It's the Smoke Pit. It's just, it's like being in the military. It's just a cool, relaxed place to have discussions. A lot of problems get solved in the Smoke Pit. So their guest has been rescheduled to the 22nd. Their guest was the Faster Colorado Representative Laura Carno is going to be there. Faster Colorado provides free or low-cost firearms and medical training to school staffers who are armed on their campus, because that's a freaking thing now. Armed teachers.
The schools here, there's teachers armed. Some parents weren't happy about it, but I mean, it is what it is. What else can we do at this point?
Right. I mean,
I just kind of like, as long as people don't know like who exactly is, armed, I think that's the best way to go.
Yeah. And I've seen the signs in front of the schools that says some teachers carry carry weapons. It's just.
I mean, for all we know, they just might have the sign out there and they might not really have teachers armed.
And now it's allowable in Texas for students to even carry firearms on campus. So it's good, man. An armed society is a polite society. And there was a long time ago I read a story about it's like Gen Z, the younger generation. They're fleeing states that have too loose gun laws or whatever, and I don't think it's too loose. It's just they actually support the Second Amendment. But another story came out this week that says that that's actually not true, that they're actually flocking to states that have that are Second Amendment friendly.
Interesting. So, but yeah, because I always thought, you don't want your perpetrator to know who, is carrying, because they'll be instant targets. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the other thing is I could see a teacher being harassed, knowing, if somebody finds out that they carry or students, So I'm really glad that, the policy is we don't know who is it. And of course, they've been trained and all of that. But so it is. I mean, this is the route we're going to have to go. Is
just as long as they don't leave their shit in the freaking bathroom or anything, laying out on the table in the teacher's lounge, and falls out of their waistband or out of their holster during recess or some shit like that. I would think a teacher that's carrying is probably very Second Amendment advocate, pro lover, pro Second Amendment. Or they know how to carry and take care of it.
Yeah, and they take gun safety seriously. So with that, they probably have a certain certification that they get.
I'm sure they have to do. I mean, whether the state requires it or not, like Texas is constitutional, but I'm sure if you want to carry, if you're a teacher and you want to carry on campus, you're probably going to have to get some kind of a special licensure.
I'm sure. You would have to, especially something like that. You have to be trained, especially in that scenario.
Yeah, you can't just say, "Here, have a gun." Oh, you don't own one? Here, just let me.
Yeah.
Here, take this one.
Yeah.
Here's an extra one. We don't know where it came from. Serial numbers filed off of it, but it's all right. It's cool.
We just have guns that show up. I wish I had. Why does that not happen to us?
Where is the gun tree?
Yeah, like the money tree. Where is that?
Yeah, I want to. Just being a dad of two girls. They're not girls. I mean, they're women right now. I'd love to go to a gun store and just say, I'll buy you a gun. Pick one out. Or gift them a gun or something. You can't do that. That's against the law. You can pay for it, but you still got to go through a background check and all that other cool stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
We've seen how that turned out.
The days of getting a 22, under the tree from Santa Claus are gone.
Yeah. Soon there'll be BB guns.
And wrist rockets and, slingshots and all that other cool stuff.
He'll shoot your eye out.
So, hey, check this out. We got shows 6 nights a week. This Sunday, Sports Bar is going to be happening. And I heard a rumor that Coach is now going to be on camera.
Oh.
So
did we finally pay him enough to get one?
I guess so. No, I think he's already had one. I think he just because of his job, he couldn't have one. So they're going to be on, the sports bar is going to be on Sunday, and that's the coach and the actual King Smith. Tonight, like right now, I want to say CQ does, he does adult gaming nights or tabletop gaming nights. I say adult gaming, that just sounds like it's freaking like Naked Twister. It's not. It's just, it's tabletop gaming. So after we sign off here, check out Pop Culture Warrior. I'll bet you he's broadcasting some of his games that they're playing tonight. He usually invites a bunch of friends over, so there's 2 or 3 other people there. I think the actual King Smith is going to be there tonight. He posted that on his page.
I'm just gonna say, adult gaming, we are not doing Naked Twister.
No,
none of us.
We're all too old for that shit. Monday's the Monday edition. We do have a guest. Pop Culture Warrior comes up on Tuesday, and Orlando Jones is going to be here. Smoke Pits on Wednesday. Sergeant's Time is on Thursday with Ice and Spanky, and then Friday Night Freedom is me and Mom for the foreseeable future, or at least until the end of June. And at the end of June, I am gearing up for a promotion, so I need to step away for a while, at least a year. So, and I usually do every other Friday because of the work schedule. So next Friday there's not going to be a Friday Night Freedom. So we put the. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted, man. I got up 4:00 this morning. Got home right at about 6:45, 6:50. Choked down a piece of pizza and started everything up. To the just a bunch of technical problems. So try to get that sorted out. Maybe we'll get in contact with each other before the show, prior to 5 minutes before showtime. Iron out all the details.
Yeah, we could do that. Make sure it's.
Yeah, I know. Being a mom, you got things to do and family to take care of. So I get not being able to do that. But if we could kind of move that up, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, that would be awesome. Just get everything working, and then if you need to step away, that's great.
Yeah, that's fine. No. I mean, it's just Carl.
It's just Carl. He's cool. It's almost like Carl. He's a cool kid, man.
Yeah, he's like the next. I don't know. Maybe we'll have him step in your place. He can match all the buttons.
We can do that. All right. Well, I guess we're going to get out of here. So I hope everybody has a good night. Thank you all for being here. And go and check out Nate Venturelli Music on Facebook and give him a like, man. He's a really cool dude. I wish we had longer to talk. But yeah, he's definitely an account worth following.
Yes, and if you have, his music is worth it. I listened to several of his songs this morning, so I could, form up questions and he's, he's a very, he's a very working class blue collar guy. I played his Union Man song, which was very popular, very, very popular on the radio. I think he has 2 or 3 that have been released on the radio. I think that one is still in rotation. He's just an all around good guy, man. So go ahead and check out Nate Venturelli Music. Anyway, my name's Kaz, and Mom, you got any good, smart parting words for our lovely audience? I'm my brain went just kind of numb. I just scrolled out. Smart words. Just, I don't know. Take your Ritalin is all I could say. Because I have not been on.
Okay, medicate yourself. There you go.
Yes, make sure you take your meds. We're getting old. Take your meds.
All right, everybody. Thank you again for being here. My name is Kaz, and that is Mom, and we are out of here. Have a great weekend. Bye. Right.
Night, y'all.
Hey, taxation is theft. Taxes are due Monday and shit, so make sure you get that stuff in. Bye.
I still got to do mine.
Uh-oh.
My friend came to the door. She said, well, I was on the phone cooking me and my baby some breakfast. And she said, hey, something wrong, it's popping. I said, what? She said, yeah. I said, no. So the girl come downstairs. She come out her apartment with her baby with no shoes on. I said, oh, girl, it's cold outside. She said, something ain't right. I said, oh, man. She said, oh, man, the building is on fire. I said, no, what? I got my 3 kids and we bounced out. We ain't gonna be in no fire, not today.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Oh, say, can you See by the dawn's early light, was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets breathless upon spur, singing out, yeah, through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the
This is WTF Nation Radio.